podcast.
Desde la prisión, Wilson Manyoma, Borbona.
All right.
It is Masses and None podcast back again.
Back again. Episode 70, 77?
79, man.
No, 78.
You told me 79.
I fucked up.
Jesus Christ.
Episode 78.
We'll get it one day.
What's most important is I got it right in the title.
What's most important is that we're here. What's not most important is we didn't move the table back.
Oh, let's move the table back. You ready? I'm in my position, you know?
Yeah, I guess you are.
I assumed the position.
I'm good now. Yeah, you're pretty good at that.
See what you did there?
Yeah, you see what I did, bro?
Bro.
So what's going on, man? Talk to me, bro.
Nothing, man. It's funny because now that we're talking, we watched the fights together last Saturday, right?
Yes.
We ordered a bunch of appetizers.
Yes, we did.
Ordered a bunch of appetizers, had a bunch of food. Yo, for some reason, I woke up in the middle of the night.
And you ate more of it.
No. And I'm like, I had like thick like phlegm in my mouth. And I like spat into the sink and that shit was like blue. What the fuck did we eat that was blue? I'm thinking about everything I ate that night. I'm like, nothing that I ate that night was blue. What the fuck? Where'd this blue shit come from?
Blue like...
It looked like a raspberry lollipop blue.
You taking like Lunesta or like Ambien, anything that makes you sleepwalk?
No, it was the weirdest thing, bro. I told my girl, I was like,
You sure you didn't go get a Slurpee at 2 in the
that's
morning?
what it looked like. It looked like I had a raspberry fucking what are those pops with the chocolate in the middle?
A Tootsie Pop?
Yeah, it looked like I had a raspberry Tootsie Pop, but no.
I'm wondering because where was it? It was in your throat and
It's
you
like on my
spit it
tongue. You know, like when you like eat something like a candy or something like that, like it'll make your tongue turn red.
Did you take any medicine? Did you take you didn't take no NyQuil, no ZQuil?
No, I didn't take anything. It's just it's no big deal. I don't think like it's
Were you spray painting anything blue during the day?
No, dude, we were together till like midnight or whatever, and then I went to bed after that. I didn't even have anything else to eat.
Huh.
And I'm like, what the hell did I eat that was blue? It was the weirdest fucking thing. It's all right. We don't have to. I'm not like looking for the answer, but I just thought it was hysterical because like we all ate the same shit, and like I know you didn't go home and like spit blue into the sink.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it's all right.
I
No
don't know,
big
man.
deal.
Yeah, man.
There's more important things going on in the world right now.
Well, yeah, man. I mean, everything seems kind of small when there's like a war going on.
Yeah, right. Before we even get to it, what about you? What have you been up to?
I went to the Knicks game yesterday.
Nice.
It was good, man. It was good. We bought those tickets like months ago, like before that James Harden trade happened. So James Harden got traded from the Brooklyn Nets to the Philadelphia 76ers like this week.
Oh, and now he's like back in New York, but playing for the opposite team.
Yeah, and he's like one of like the top 10 players in the NBA.
Oh, really? Why the fuck they trade him then?
You know, he didn't really gel with. I mean, they have Kyrie Irving, they have Kevin Durant in Brooklyn. Like, they don't need James Harden. You know, they don't need him, and who knows what goes on in the back office? Like, you never know. Some guy might be a douchebag, like ruining the whole vibe.
He could be a crybaby.
He could be ruining the vibe of the locker room. He could be like an asshole screwing up shit. Like, you never know. But they traded him to Philly, so we ended up happening to already have tickets to that game at the Garden versus the Knicks. And what blew my mind, bro, was how outnumbered we were as Knicks fans in the Garden.
There was more Sixer fans there?
Bro, there was at least like, it had to be at least 40% Philly fans.
Damn, Philly's close, but it ain't that fucking close. That's a lot.
No, it was ridiculous. Like, it was irritating me. Like, I was like, yo, what is going on in 2022? I was like, anything goes now. I was like anything goes and nothing goes at the same time.
New York basketball is a weird one because we ain't winning so long. It's like hard to be a New York basketball fan.
No, not if you're a real basketball fan. You're a real New York fan. That's just what it is. You know, that's just what it's always been, and it's part of it.
People don't want to lose forever.
Well, you know,
when's the last time a New York team went to like, and I don't know dick about basketball,
went to like the
championship, whatever the fuck it's called in basketball.
It's been a long time.
The basketball's version of the Stanley Cup.
Oh, you mean like the NBA Finals?
Yeah. Oh, you were talking about the motherfucking playoffs?
No, I was talking about like the Eastern Conference Finals or something like that.
Dude, when's the last time they made it to the finals?
Jesus, last time they made it to. I want to say. They did it when I was a kid.
That's what I'm saying. It's fucking hard to be a fucking. What if the Sixers make it there fucking, every 5 years?
Well, real men continue being fans of a team whether they lose or not.
Who the fuck you telling? I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan.
So there you go. So you understand.
I'm very familiar.
You understand. They ain't been good since Troy Aikman was.
And not only that, but I'm also a Mets fan.
Well, Jesus Christ, man, you're a glutton for punishment, huh? You some kind of masochist?
So no one can tell me about but as somebody whose teams never ever make it, it's not easy being fans of those teams.
It's not easy being fans of those teams, but that's part of it. That's what makes when winning is so rare. It makes it that much more special.
Oh, it makes it so
It could be the third game of the season, and you're like, ah, like the Garden's going crazy, like we just won. You know, like we just won the goddamn finals.
That's why I always hated like Yankee fans that weren't even fans of baseball, but they were just fans of the Yankees.
Yeah, probably got a Yankee tattoo on his calf.
Yeah, I'm like, you're just a Yankee fan because it's easy to be a Yankee fan. Like the people who are like real Yankee fans, I'll give it to them. But there's a gang of like poser Yankee fans.
94 and 99, the Knicks were last in the finals. That's pretty goddamn good. That's not as bad as I thought it was.
99?
I thought it was only the time. I forgot about 99.
23 years ago.
Well, 99, I think that's the Allen Houston team. Allen Houston and Latrell Sprewell and all that. But there are some teams, bro, that haven't been to the finals since like the 30s.
There's a generation of kids that can drink alcohol now that weren't alive when that happened.
Yeah, that's very true. You know, what about your Cowboys?
I'm not
saying. There's nothing more sad than a person that's a diehard fan for an out-of-state team. You want to talk about being a fan for a losing team? How about being so lame that your favorite team is across the country?
I know you heard about the Knicks because you turned this around on me. This isn't a Yankee. This isn't a Dallas versus Knicks thing. That's not what it's about. All I'm saying is that I, as a fan of many teams who don't make it to the finals or
who don't play in New York.
No.
What other fans? Who else you like? You like the Calgary Flames? Who
other teams I like?
Yeah.
Well, I like the Dallas Cowboys.
Because I guarantee to roll out of state.
I like the New York Mets, and that's it. Give me another.
Okay, so you like the Cowboys and a team that we wish to give away.
Yeah, right.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
No, I do like, but this is all right. So I'm gonna explain to you. My dad was a Mets fan. I grew up a Mets fan. In my house, we watched baseball. We didn't really watch football at all. So only football I got to intake was via the video games.
So you were always playing as Emmitt Smith and shit like that.
Dallas Cowboys was my team in game, and it just and then when I grew up and my friends started watching football, it just became my team in the NFL because like I used to play with them in the game. I wasn't a fan of them because they were good back in the day or anything like that. I literally became a fan of them because I picked them in the game.
All right, at least you're honest about how that evolution happened, because that's the only excuse. I wouldn't have even been able to tell you that I would accept that excuse, because I didn't think I would accept any excuse.
A lot of people tell me that. They were like, how did you become a Dallas fan?
I'm like, makes sense.
It's like, yeah, we didn't watch football. It wasn't like my dad was a Dallas fan. My dad wasn't a fan of any football team. He didn't really watch football.
You know what's hilarious? You just said Dallas Cowboys in a game. You know what NBA Live, you know what my team was?
Who?
My team was the Dallas Mavericks. And I used to get so busy with them that it made me a bigger Dirk Nowitzki fan.
Yeah.
So that makes a lot of sense. I give you a lot of credit for that. You just walked me through that, and you know what? I enjoyed the trip.
Yeah.
All right? So thanks for that.
Yeah, I got nothing against it. It's so funny because when you like when you say that, us be living in New York, when you say it to Giants fans, like they're like so offended. They're just like, how did this happen? And I'm just like,
yeah. Giants fans are legit. The only thing that I really don't like is that these New York football teams don't play in New York. Like, we can't stick a stadium somewhere. You know, I know Spaz is saying something in the chat. But I'm just like, yeah, you can't, we can't just find somewhere to put an arena for
football?
Yeah.
Dude, the fact that
like,
we don't have, it's unbelievable.
We got the Buffalo Bills that we forget about because they're all the way upstate. Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, that's further than Jersey. Forget about it. We got to go to Jersey?
What?
To watch to watch our home team play?
Is that ridiculous?
And Spaz is right. There was a point in time when we were like, you know, when both of us, or all of us, were like in high school or even before that, where like you just had to have a baseball team. That's when the Mets and the Yankees were both really good, and the Subway Series was competitive. Baseball was really at an all-time high.
Yeah,
that was like
think about that culture right there. That's a great example.
I used to go to baseball games all the time, bro. That
culture right there of like the Mets fans versus the Yankee fans. Yo, there would be fistfights in the crowd. Like it was such diehard. This is what blows my mind. I grew up in that. I grew up in going to the Subway Series games and stuff like that. It's electric
in those places.
Bro, it's on fire in New York. Yeah, it's just like Boston, New York games. You go to that series, same thing. I went to that game this past year. I went to a game, and it was, you know, and it still wasn't what it was, but there was a little bit of something there. That's what like blew my mind when I went to see the Knicks yesterday, and there were people, bro, they would cheer. The place was on their feet every time they made a basket.
Yeah, that is weird.
I'm like, what is going on here?
Talk to me about your trip there, because you said something happened to you, but we didn't get to talk about it because I wanted you to tell me live so people could get my real reaction.
We were driving because we don't ever take the train from near us because it's so expensive and takes so goddamn long. After watching a game, you know, or doing something in the city, watching a show, whatever it is, I don't feel like sitting in a train for 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's not my thing. So we drive like more than halfway there and then take a train from a closer station. So that's what we did. On the way there, there's this guy that's like all over the road and shit like that. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, he's in like ahead of us in the lane to the right. I'm in the middle, and he's all over the place like this. I'm like, what the hell? So finally, when he seems to stabilize, you know, there's only a few seconds you have to try to get past somebody that's acting all crazy because they finally had a little guilt about whatever they're doing. They were like, oh shit, I'm wilding. And then they'll just straighten out for a little while until they feel like the cops aren't watching.
Yeah.
And then start fucking around again, you know? So when I saw his car stabilize, I went to go past him. Bro, I pull up next to this fool. He's eating a sandwich with no hands. And it's, I mean, bro, there's literally like food all over his face. Yo, his head is sideways. He's like this. He's like... And he's driving, he's doing like 65 on the highway. And I'm like, is this guy kidding me?
So then, hoagie?
Bro, he goes to swerve like next to me and shit. So I beat the horn and I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Yo, this guy starts wilding out on me. And I was like, yo, wilding out. He was like, what the fuck are you fucking? Like, he lost his shit on me, bro. And I couldn't help but laugh. So I just bust out laughing. My girl's laughing. And the guy's losing his shit. He's like, ah! Like, just, yo, he's literally screaming like that. But at the same time, like, his hands are full with his food, so he can't put the window down. He's just yelling at a closed window. He's like spitting slaw and shit all over the window. I was just dying, bro. I'm like, this guy is having the worst day of his life. I was like, we're about to go watch his Knick game. We're chilling. I was like, this guy is so mad. And then it's like, I pull up and he's in front of me now, because then like I think there was a merge or something like that. So he's in front of me now, and I see him in the side view. He's like this in the side view mirror. Like, so he's crouched.
You just beeped at him?
Bro, all I did was beep at him. Like, yo, I think I startled him, and I think I, like, fucked up his sandwich. Like, he got, like, I messed up his rhythm.
What did it look like, the sandwich? What do you think?
There was, like, a lot of, like, mayonnaise-y kind of lettuce. It looked like there was slaw on it.
Maybe pastrami?
No, it wasn't quite a Reuben. It looked like a deli roll.
Oh,
like,
okay.
it looked like a big sandwich. You know them deli sandwiches where they put way too much meat in there?
Yo, I know exactly what you're
I'm
saying.
like,
why do they do that?
I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to do this.
Why is every deli sandwich come with like 3/4 pounds of of salami on it?
Well, because it's like $12. You know, so at
Even
the same
back
time,
in the day when they were cheap, there was still a lot of meat on them.
yeah, it's just the way they do it. Like, it's like when you go to a bagel shop and they give you the whole block of cream cheese.
Oh my God.
I'm
yeah.
like, dude, what is this? I'm like, I take enough off to
make
do
another
two
one.
more bagels. And this is after I told him light on the cream cheese.
Yeah, I like a good amount of cream cheese though on a nice hot toasted bagel.
Man, you'll never eat that without making a mess, bro. That shit's slipping all over, especially if it's toasted. That shit starts moonwalking.
Well, that's why, you know what I do when it's still in the bag, I squish it down, and the excess, take that excess off,
and then you just work around the outside, and then you're good to go.
Yep.
Damn, it's pretty goddamn smart.
So, did anything happen with this guy? He just was pissed for the rest. You ruined the rest of that guy's fucking day.
Oh, bro, what's so funny is like, typically if somebody comes at me like that, there's like one or two, and I'm like, oh, this dude's fucking crazy, or I'm like, yo, I got enough time today. You got the right one today.
Yeah.
Like, I'm getting off at exit 62.
And my train will leave for another half an hour. I left
Yeah,
early.
but you know, I don't do that anymore. That's like, I do my best because you never know who's in a car.
Yeah.
I know everybody's riled up, and sometimes you just want to be like, yo, oh yeah, bro, what's up? And it's like, yeah, that might be a crazy guy.
Yep.
That might be a guy with a real large gun. That might be a guy who, you know, just lost custody of his kids, or, you know, he might be going through something very stressful right now.
Yeah, you ready to bite somebody's nose off? Because that guy might be.
Yeah, because that might be his go-to move.
Yeah.
You know, and you know,
like my shin kick?
Exactly, like the shin kick. You know, if you're not ready to check that thing, or just like if you can't judge like bite distance, like you better just fall back, bro.
Yeah, that guy fucking grab you, put you in fucking what do they call the
like a tie clinch? Yeah,
put you in a tie clinch and just bite your fucking nose off.
Get out of here on some Hannibal Lecter shit.
Bird fucking bite you.
Might be like, bro, I got 2 bodies in the trunk. You want to be number 3? So I just pull back. But this time, it just made me laugh. I was like, this guy, yo, he got so mad, and the fact that he had the sandwich, and he had like a good head of hair, and he was older. You know, he was probably in his like late 50s or something, and he had like a good head of hair, so he was all angry, and his hair was just like shaking all over, all healthy and shit. You know, all voluminous. You know, and I was like,
he definitely had some shit. He's definitely like in between 2 jobs right now. Like, he's going from one job to another job.
Maybe.
And he's trying to get some food in his stomach before he gets to the other job.
Yeah.
And he hates this fucking place, but he has to work him because child support takes most of his last job.
Yeah, you ain't lying, man. You're not fucking lying, man.
And you just fucking caught him at the right moment, and he dropped a pickle on his pants.
Yeah, exactly. And he's, I just got my dry cleaning back for my next job uniform.
Yeah.
My second job.
You don't know, but he got written up the week before for coming in with a dirty uniform.
Yo, he may have, and now it just made him lose his job. That's it. They said, what we tell you about the pickle juice, huh?
Yeah.
Twice in a week?
Is
You're
that
out of here.
Double quarter pounder?
You're out of here, Ted. You're out of here.
So maybe next time, just don't get any pickles on your sandwich.
Yeah. Oh my God. Please. I was trying to remember exactly what he looked like. I was like, let me remember this guy's face. So if I walk out of a deli one day and he's like, I've been looking for you.
It's like,
oh shit.
You're the motherfucker that made me drop my Reuben that day.
Yeah, you're the guy that made me drop my slaw. I'm telling you, he must have wanted to roll the window down, but he couldn't because he just had food all over his hands.
All over himself.
Oh my God. So funny. But he was so mad. But we ended up having a good time at the game. We didn't even go to our seats.
Really?
Our seats were right next to this area where there's like a bar seating area. Like, the Garden's way different now. You know, it's not like when I was growing up. Like, that shit is different now.
Bro, I haven't been there since 95.
Yeah, bro, it's nice now. So there was like this area with like, high top, like standing bar tables and stuff right next to where we were sitting.
Oh, nice.
So we just chilled there. We just kind of chilled there and just watched the game. And, the bar was right behind us because right where we were sitting, there's a special like it's a different kind of bar stand. So they have way more beers. They have a lot of beers on tap. It's not like one of the stands where it's just like Bud Light, or Coors.
Yeah, can we talk about how like ridiculously expensive food and drinks are at like these stadiums?
Oh yeah, a Guinness was $15.
And I still didn't think that was like as expensive as it. I feel like they could get away with 17.
I mean, 15 is a lot. It wasn't a tall, extra size can.
Yeah,
Nothing like that. Like my girl's White Claw was big.
Well,
It was like a bigger White Claw, and it was $15.
Where did they put the stop to this? Where is it like? Come on, like you guys are fuck. Is it the? It's always been like the prices always. They always like price gouge at the fucking stadiums.
Yeah.
Like everything's been expensive over there since I was a kid. Like hot dogs were like twice as much in the stadium than they were outside.
Yeah, because what they do that whole supply and demand. They're like, there's nowhere else to go.
You can
leave the game. How hungry are you?
Yeah, I mean even the movies is like that too.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's you have a captive audience.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's any place with a setup like that where you're stuck there. You know, like Broadway shows, anything like that.
They sell food at the Broadway shows?
Hell yeah, sell alcohol too.
What?
Yeah,
I've never been to a Broadway show.
I remember when I saw Jay-Z at a Radio City Music Hall when he did the Reasonable Doubt concert.
You were eating food in there?
Bro, they had bars up in there, bro. It was the littest I ever seen Radio City, because I've been to Radio City for different things. I've been there for like the Rockettes with my parents, stuff like that. Like I've been there for I was there for a boxing match. I've been there for multiple events, and this was way different. Like I'm talking about, please, when was this? This show was probably 15 years ago. Some shit like that. And it was so lit there, bro. It was lit up in there. I'll never forget. It's all carpeted and stuff in the Radio City Music Hall. Radio City's like all carpeted. It's like, it looks like the inside of the Titanic or some shit. You know, everything's like gold filigree and stuff like that. And, it was just lit in there.
I just assume like during the plays, like they want everything to be quiet so they're not selling like nachos and shit. Motherfuckers be crunching while people are trying to act live.
Yeah, I think it's usually like pretty neat finger food. If I remember correct, I've been to a lot of.
I don't know.
Shows,
I'm sure they do sell food now you mention it. I know they sell liquor. That's for sure.
Yeah,
they gotta sell some wine.
Yeah, you gotta have a little something to drink. I always have some drinks when I go to a show, whatever kind of show it is. Whether it's like a Broadway show or it's like whatever.
Aladdin, Disney on Ice.
Not Disney on Ice.
Get tuned up before you get in there, right?
Nah, not Disney on Ice. Now, if I was in the Disney on Ice show, might have me hit a couple triple axles. You know what I mean?
How do you think those guys spin so fast?
Yo, it's got to be. It's got to be, because they already feel like they're spinning to begin with. So when you spin them, it's almost like they're staying still.
Did you see that people are saying, I think it's the president from the Ukraine was like played as a voice in a movie, in like a children's movie?
Get out of here.
A popular movie. Yeah.
Damn, they're trying to humanize. They're trying to make him as nice as possible so that people hate Russia even more for invading.
No, it's I could be wrong.
That's a pretty drastic thing to
be wrong about.
To confuse or something.
Yeah, he played the voice of Paddington, the bear.
Oh, get out of here, Paddington Bear.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yep.
What made them cast him?
I don't know.
Good Lord, that's funny. Paddington.
It said yes. The Ukraine president did voice Paddington. Studio Canal confirms.
Wow.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
That is pretty goddamn crazy.
They're like bringing on like freelance like hackers to come over there and like hack like Russian, I guess, databases or whatever.
Who's the one? So wait a minute. So there's hackers that are hacking Russia?
Yeah. Well, there's also like Anonymous has posted like leaked like documents from their Ministry of Defense. They hacked their Ministry of Defense website, and then they released a bunch of documents from the website. And then there's also been like other hacks on like their like where you go to plug in your car, like your Tesla station or charging station for cars. It'll say like unavailable, like long live Ukraine or some shit like that. Or,
Get out of here.
Yeah.
And now these are people that could be Anonymous is like pretty much a global syndicate, like a group that people randomly affiliate themselves with through this hacking thing.
I don't
we
know.
Imagine. I mean, who knows, right?
Yeah, who really knows? Dude, they took over the television and they were broadcasting like the events that were going on that Russia wasn't showing on the TV. Like you would change it to the channel and it'd be the same thing.
Get out of here. Are you kidding me?
No, bro.
This is a movie. We live in a goddamn movie.
007 shit, bro.
Are you kidding me?
No, bro. It's fucking
So they were
insane,
hacking
right?
people's TVs in their house?
Dude, they were hacking the
the
broadcast,
network, whatever the broadcast is.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
They say this is what your president won't show you and shit.
So like, look, Harold, double jeopardy. And they're like, shh, we're here to show you what's really going on in the war.
Yeah, and it's yeah.
Damn, that's crazy, man. That's impressive though.
Last week you
I'm
said.
impressed.
Last week I remember you saying, "I want to know what war looks like in 2022." Right?
There it is.
You know what I seen today?
What?
A fucking Ukrainian TikToker in an abandoned Russian fucking tank driving.
Shut up, bro.
Driving it.
A TikToker?
Yeah, some Ukrainian TikToker like in a Russian tank. And
What
like,
song did he pick?
It was a woman.
What song did she pick?
I don't know. It was like, but she's in it and she's like showing like the start sequence and like she gets that shit running.
Get out of here.
Motherfucker, she's driving it like head out the fucking top of it.
Shut Yo, what?
There's another video.
Yo, we live in a video game. This isn't real life. This is not real life.
There's another video of like a farmer like pulling a tank with like a tractor. Like he has like a tractor. Bro, they're offering like 5 million rubles, which is like the whatever the Russian currency is, worth of cryptocurrency for every Russian soldier that surrenders.
Oh my God. Wow.
It's
So
like-
they're all surrendering for free.
No, I don't. Well,
Because rubles ain't worth shit.
Not worth shit anymore, right? No, I don't know. You know what's funny now, but it just goes to what you were saying earlier, right? It's like, what does war look like in this time and age? It's like now we get to see, like, of course, it's like media manipulation, but like all the third party shit you get to see is like super interesting. Like there's a bunch of like soldiers that people are following that are becoming like local celebrities. Like there's this one dude who started a TikTok so his daughter can know that he's alive. And he didn't post for fucking 5 days and the internet went crazy. Or he didn't post for like X amount of days and the internet went crazy. And now he posted again today. Like, oh no, I'm still alive.
Whoa. So this is just some guy?
Yeah, it's just a
a
Ukrainian
guy.
soldier.
Like, and he just wants to communicate with his daughter.
Yeah, so he posts on TikTok and like now he's getting a bunch of love on there, I guess.
Wow.
Did you see that like that Russian, it was like a boat, a very large boat, a ship of some kind, right? And they were going to gas up somewhere. And the guys, when they went to go gas up, I told them to go fuck themselves. They're like, no, we're not going to give you guys gas.
What?
Yeah, bro. The world is not happy with the decisions that they're making over there.
I know. I saw this before. They were FIFA and like the World Olympic Committee or what have you. They banned Russia from competing.
Yeah.
Which means they can't be in the World Cup.
That's
like
crazy, right?
Soccer, like on a global level in terms of like, you know, in other countries, especially like soccer has the potential to just stop beef. Like you could just stop beef. I read that. You could just stop beef for a soccer game.
Yeah, 100%.
They're like, yo, like, you know, we're going to kill each other. Oh, wait, our team is on.
Yeah, they got to start rethinking things.
Yeah, man.
Spaz says that, I don't know how he got this information, but if you go to OnlyFans, they had changed the color scheme to match like the Ukraine flag. Not only that, you know, they suspended Russian like OnlyFans girls, right?
Get out of
They
here.
suspended their income. They're not giving them any money.
Like OnlyFans won't pay them out?
Yeah, like they're not getting money. You didn't see I keep saying you didn't see.
Damn, can they do that though? I'm starting to think like the world is blaming the citizens. Like it's not necessarily, you know, the people that are being penalized are citizens. You know, because at first I was like, man, that's good thinking about the sports. But then I'm like, these athletes didn't decide to invade the Ukraine. So then, you know, it kind of makes you start thinking, because the beefs are always between governments. Mm-hmm. You know, the beefs are never between citizens. It's never this group of people versus this group of people. No, it's literally like these two guys don't like this guy. And so they're just going to invade the country or whatever. So I don't know, man. That's crazy.
Oh, they re-enabled them already. I guess.
Undisclosed resource.
Yeah, undisclosed resources say they re-enabled them already. But I've seen them complaining like they were like, this is fucked up. Like, now I'm not. One of the girls was like, I'm not going to be able to eat. And I was like, listen, if you were like even like medium successful on OnlyFans, then you got enough money to eat for a couple days before they fucking figure this out on OnlyFans.
Yeah, you probably
take
be
it
all right.
easy, honey.
No, but who knows? Maybe she wasn't smart enough to like pull a lot of that money out and make it like transfer it to her account. Is there like a separate?
I don't know. I have no idea. Not the slight. I don't know if it's like Uber where you could cash out. I have not the fucking slightest clue. But I do think it's interesting how like, you know, everybody is kind of what was the word I used? I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting how kind of like companies in the world is kind of getting together and being like, okay, well, we're just not going to support you guys, right? The same thing that people should do if they find out that their local, you know, fast food joint doesn't support the LGBT community, right?
Yeah.
If that's true and you don't like that and you don't want to support it, then, you know, stop going there. Don't buy their stuff. And I guess it seems like countries and companies are like doing that to Russia. They're like, oh, you guys are doing something we don't like. We ain't gonna fuck with y'all no more.
Yeah.
Bye.
I do feel like a lot of people are like, finally, we got a reason to get out of business with this crazy guy. I feel like that's what people have also been trying to do, but they haven't had an exit strategy.
Yeah, they're like ready to go. They're like, all right.
They're like,
thank you for. Yeah,
it's business, Vlad. You know, we gotta go.
Things are looking bad here.
Yeah,
I gotta save face.
sorry, man. You know, with the invasion, you know, it's not really good.
It's like China's the only one sticking around.
Yeah, that's funny, right? Everybody's quick to dead, you know, business ties with Russia, but
Dude, the
nobody
don't fold, bro.
Nobody dead's business deals with China.
I don't even want to touch this one because the truth is that I don't think neither you or I are qualified to fucking.
Well, you don't see this like this. At least it's not.
Well, they're not doing
shown
this,
to us.
right?
It's not shown to us.
If they were the ones doing this, you never know.
They did this a few years back.
What they do?
They invaded. They took over like Hong Kong and stuff like that. Like there's been. You want to look it up because
Hong Kong was theirs. It was leased to the English. Is that what you're talking about?
you know what? I'm gonna just back on out of this right now because I don't know what I'm talking about. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to just ease on out of this one. Once you start pulling into, you know, what do you think?
It's called
what do you got on this? You know what I'm saying?
I'm not going to touch it because, like I said before, neither you or I are qualified to have this conversation.
You know what you're qualified to do? Tell me to shut up. And I appreciate that. 'Cause I don't know.
Yeah,
what
I'm not
talking
touching this one. I don't know about the fucking,
Nah.
but I know that they're the only ones that are still sticking behind these guys.
That's true.
But it is it is interesting, right?
I think it is super interesting, but I feel so bad for like the soccer players. Like
That does suck. People work their whole lives.
yeah.
I wonder how much longer this is going to go on for. I wonder if this is like if he's just going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And what's the real thing that's happening?
What's going to go on? The invasion?
Yeah.
Tough to know, man.
Is he going to keep going until he just topples the government and then leaves?
He said if of course this is like a day or two old information. I don't know if it's changed since, but I think he said that he didn't have plans to occupy it. But then again, what does that mean? I don't know like what exactly that means. Does occupy mean a certain number of soldiers and up? And you could have like, I only have 2,000 people there. It's not quite occupying. You know, occupying is like 4,000 soldiers or more.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know how that works. Or we don't have a base, something like that, you know.
That's the way I thought it sounded was like if you have a sandcastle and I have a sandcastle and then you just kick down my sandcastle and leave. That's what I thought when he says like they're not going to occupy them. But now it sounds like you're not only going to kick my sandcastle, but you're going to set your siblings up there to make sure I don't build it again.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
is that what's going to happen? I don't know.
I don't know, man. It's I wonder if he's going to care at all about this like kind of global unity to kind of affect their economy. Because again, back to our conversation last time with what does war look like in 2022? I think war looks like a place that's like, okay, we're just going to financially harm your progress.
Well, yeah,
in a big way.
The people are the ones that suffer, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't suffer, but the people do. But I don't know what Russia's like, right? If people over there can even unite together to kind of tell this guy to fuck off.
Yeah.
Or if it's one of those places where it's like, nobody says nothing. We're not allowed to say things. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know because it seems like they're like people come and go from there rather freely. I mean, when you see like athletes and stuff, but
yeah, it's not like one of those places that's like locked down.
Yeah.
But you also don't hear them talking about Russian politics.
No, you don't.
I don't know dick about. I've never heard a single, and I watch a lot of. I don't watch a lot. I watch a fair amount of Russian athletes.
Yeah,
I've never heard them ever
say
anything even remotely
good or
negative.
bad.
Yeah.
Just mind their business.
Yep.
They just they're like, you know what? We're gonna keep it nice and safe. We're just gonna keep on thanking God.
Yep, exactly. That's the only thing I hear from Russian athletes.
Yeah, we're just gonna thank God.
Yeah, bro.
Because we're out here, we're doing our job, we're getting shit done, and that's fine.
And they go meet them, take pictures with them, and that's it.
I kind of wish American athletes would shut the hell up sometimes too.
Yeah, they should follow the fucking
Yeah, like LeBron should definitely sit down for a little while.
LaChina James. I heard somebody say that, and I can't stop saying it now myself.
Yeah.
Every time I hear his name, it's so funny. I wonder if the NBA really makes if they make more money off of like China than they do off of the United States.
It's a very, I wouldn't doubt it. It's an enormous piece of their revenue. Enormous. I'm actually gonna look it up.
I wonder.
I'm gonna look it up. So what should I look up? NBA revenue.
I'm just here so I don't get fined. That is, was that Marshawn Lynch that said that?
Yeah, Marshawn Lynch. Yeah.
Dude, that's the way it should be, man. And it's so funny because when you think about those interviews with people like him and people like Allen Iverson, it's funny because they're athletes. They're there to play the game. But then you had to do all this other stuff, like do interviews and be this other thing. It's like, dude, this is not what I signed up for. I signed up to play basketball. I didn't sign up to be this character or or be this way or be that way. I thought you picked me because I could put a ball in the fucking hoop.
That's the job.
Yeah.
Right? That's the job. And now I'm not here to help you sell tickets unless I'm going to get a larger percentage of whatever that is.
Yeah, which is not going to happen.
Which I think is unfair with MMA fighters. They're responsible for promoting the hell out of the fight, but they get paid less than all those athletes.
But champs and I think champions get pay-per-view points, right?
Yeah.
Champions and main event fighters?
I think just champions.
Just champions?
Yeah, I think just champs. But I looked up that number, the NBA. The NBA earns $8.3 billion in 2020 in America. $5 billion in China.
Fuck.
Yeah, man. It's a lot of money.
Yeah. That's why you got it.
What is that, like 40%?
Dude, that's a lot of fucking money.
That's
enough to make John Cena learn Mandarin and fucking
That's right.
ask for forgiveness.
That's right.
Jesus.
Yep.
Okay. That is a lot of money.
It's a lot. I mean, and that's why, they just don't get involved. They're just like, you know what? It's cool. I'm going to just keep making this money, which is sad. It's sad when people's profits mean more to them than really much of anything else. It's crazy. I wonder if anybody's going to start that hacktivism stuff over there.
They were the first ones to get hit, was China.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
What did they hit over there? Similar stuff?
We talked about it last week. I don't fucking remember really. It was
oh yeah, you're right. You did say that they did it last week. I think
it was an anonymous
they told
hack.
them to tell Russia to back off or something.
They hacked one of their websites and put up
a message?
Like a message on there.
That's so crazy.
That's like some movie shit, right?
It really is, man. That's a movie, man. That's like that's like some V for Vendetta type of that shit is so crazy to me, man. It's crazy. It's gives me chills and shit. Like I found a good hiding spot. I gotta take a shit. As soon as you find that spot, you're like, nobody will find me here.
Yeah.
Oh damn, I got shit.
I gotta pee.
Yeah, I gotta pee.
You watching anything good on Netflix? Kind of get away from the war talk, would jump into something fucking positive.
Yeah, of course I'm watching my man Yeezy.
Okay, yeah.
And
Genius.
yeah, man. We were about to start something that Anna, was it?
Oh, that one's pretty good.
Like Making Anna?
Yeah,
or something like that.
Yeah.
We were going to start that one, but it was too late into the night, and I was like, I don't have it in me to commit to this.
I started watching Vikings, and keep in mind that I've never watched the original series. of Vikings. I heard it. I heard of it, and I heard it was very good.
Yeah.
And when I seen this one, I was kind of like, oh, maybe I should just watch the other one first because this one's a sequel.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe I should watch the other one first, but it's like 9 fucking seasons or some shit like that.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So I was like, not gonna happen. This one's like 100 years in the future. I'll figure it out. I'll play catch up. But man, it's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, man. Vikings, man, there's something so compelling about those old world shows, you know, like Game of Thrones, like Vikings. Like, I love that stuff. That stuff gets me every time. I could watch my girl already knows. I told you I was scrolling over and I came to a show like that. She was like, no, please. She's like,
as I watched it, I was like, yo, Justin would love this fucking show. It's full of fucking dialogue, and every once in a while someone gets their head cut off.
yeah, long names and
Yeah, bro, weird long names.
long names and no showers and
Yeah.
you know, and like just some crazy person is kind of running shit, you know, and you're like, that person's not stable enough to be in charge. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah, this show is right up your alley. No, but it's pretty good. I must say, it's pretty good. It's obviously you don't trust the rating system on Netflix, but it is trending #1.
Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, you know,
You don't believe in that stuff. I
yeah,
know.
Vikings probably wrote the check.
I don't
Yeah.
think that they're selling fucking #1 spots.
But why wouldn't they?
Why wouldn't they sell #1 spots?
Yeah.
Because it's disingenuine. It defies
Aw,
the
you're
fucking...
so sweet. You
Nah,
think
bro.
you think business practices need to be genuine?
No.
Aw,
I'm
Dito.
aware that like business have shady practices. Netflix just went up to $20 a month, bro. They're not like in the position to do shit like that. And this
If
is the
they
thing.
did that, you gonna cancel it?
I don't pay. I use my sister's Netflix, but damn, if they did that and
You're
I
gonna-
found out, yeah, I'd want to cancel it. I can't say if I would or wouldn't because I don't have it.
But
yeah,
you would keep watching it.
probably not. That's that they're manipulating me into watching things. No, I wouldn't watch that. I don't watch anything with advertisement. You think I'm gonna fucking stand up and allow these guys to brainwash me? I literally intake no media that has advertisement whatsoever. I don't watch anything with advertisement on it.
No, you don't. You don't watch anything that you know you're being advertised to. When it says commercial break, you don't watch that stuff. But all these things are advertising to you inside
If
of the
guy-
programming.
the guy's drinking a fucking, chocolate milk from Nesquik or something like that. Yes, but I don't watch like,
you don't watch commercials
yeah.
per se.
But that's irrelevant. All I'm saying is that, yes, I feel like if we found out that top 10 thing on Netflix, that the 1 through 10 isn't truly what's trending based on like user data, and that they're selling those placements, then yeah, I want to cancel my Netflix. I would cancel. I don't have one, but if I did, I'd cancel it 100%. You got to think about it, bro.
We're
If you
gonna
could just
reference
buy
this
that-
episode.
But if you could just buy that, why wouldn't there be shitty shows on there? Why is it always good ass shows that are on there?
I'm sure you have to apply. I'm sure there's like an application process, like, and they have to
bro,
review
they're
the show.
always really good shows. You've never seen something #1 on Netflix that was like, this is all right. It's always something that everybody's talking about.
Yeah, just like the countdown on BLI is the same. You know, it's everybody knows those songs, and you know everybody's convinced those are good songs.
Radio's bullshit. Radio's a fucking dog and pony show. They play the same fucking songs all day.
Well, Netflix,
They play like radio plays like 1% of the songs that are actually out there.
because they're much further along in this business model of accepting ad revenue for #1 placements and stuff like that. So, you know, or accepting payment. So this is, you know, you're talking about radio is so far in the future to where they're predominantly commercials now because they've gotten that far along in this business practice.
Dude, radio's almost dead. Radio's like on the cusp of fucking not even existing
Well,
anymore.
Netflix just started. It's in its infancy.
All I'm saying is that I don't think that they're selling those spots.
You think Billboard chart is real?
I think that they have Billboard chart. I don't even know how those systems
That's
work.
how they do it. It's labels pay Billboard to chart their songs.
Okay.
You know, that's like what it is. They pay people like Tekashi 6ix9ine
I'm not
outed it.
saying that shit don't exist. I'm saying I don't think Netflix is doing it with their fucking top 10s.
Netflix is just so, like I said, in its infancy
That
of
they
this
had-
business
they're not doing
model.
it yet, that they might be doing it later?
Or they're doing it very subtly. Like they're like, you know what? At first, we'll pick the ones that we want.
But there
to be in
is
the top 10.
advertised videos on Netflix. Like if you scroll up, you could see they say like little advertisement underneath it. They say like when you go through like, you know, top or when you go to like action movies, like the first one on there, aren't those like
Like promoted or
yeah, promoted?
I'm sure they are too.
Yeah, I think it says it on there.
It's probably just a different price point.
There has to be,
for
some,
marketing.
I wonder if there's some legalities behind, them being honest about what is real and what isn't real. Like when you see things on Netflix, on Instagram that are advertisement, like it'll say like advertisement on it.
I think, I don't know. I mean, if there isn't, there may be something in the works. But
Tiger King was mad good. Spaz said.
look what he said though. Look what he said in the chat. You're acting like Tiger King wasn't trending for months. Think about it. That show was ass. I mean,
even if somebody's opinion of it is that it wasn't a good show, every single person watched that shit. So it's very possible that it was trending legitimately for months. Everybody knew. Everybody was talking about it. It was the motherfucking talk of the town.
Yeah.
It wasn't just trending on Netflix. It was on the fucking front page of Reddit. It was everywhere.
But again, you don't think that there's money somewhere in here.
Our show was produced by Netflix, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah. So why else wouldn't they stick it in front of you every chance they get?
Damn good show, though. I liked it.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a bad show. I'm not saying Netflix doesn't create great content, but I'm telling you that,
the simple fact
there's a legitimate amount of naive thought process to think that this is all 100% on the up and up.
All I'm saying is that the simple fact that everybody including like your parents, know who the fucking Tiger King is proof within itself that this show was truly watched that many times.
Or their marketing was truly that effective.
Could be that way too.
I mean, when you turn on Netflix, they choose what you see first.
Yes.
It's just there.
I'm saying a top 10. That 1 through 10 and the trending one. I think that those are fucking legit.
If they put Tiger King on there every day, every time you turn it on, it's on there, it's on there. Eventually it'll trend.
Yeah.
Which is advertising. Mm-hmm. It's Netflix advertising.
I don't know, man. Maybe I'm naive and I think
I don't think you're choosing to be naive because you're a smart guy. You know better than that. You're suspending your belief a little bit because you're like, man, I really would hate if this was not real.
Man, I'd hate it. Because I truly think that some of the stuff not because I think Netflix is all wholesome and shit, but I truly believe that the stuff that they have on there is like, it could be what you're saying, right? Incredibly good marketing because it would yield the same result. Whether it was good marketing or it was really trending, the result is that everybody watches it. So it's difficult to say like what's happening. Is this a really good show or are they just force feeding everybody this?
I would like to track it and see how many, like across, I don't know, maybe if we got like 20 people or something like that. This is, theoretically and they all had Netflix accounts and we saw what each person was suggested all the time. Like when a new show comes out and they just tell you about it. Then I would like to see at what point that show starts to trend. Like if we look at the shows that are all trending, you listening to me? If we're looking at the shows that are all trending and then look at what the activity was in terms of where they were putting those episodes on the front page of Netflix prior to that trending. Like maybe they're influencing the trend by just showing it to you all the time and then it starts to trend. Because everybody's clicking it or it's auto playing because they always just start it. But
listen to this, bro. How many shows were like number one that you thought were miserable and that you suspected of being placed on there, like Plants?
Well, I don't watch them. I kind of don't watch the top 10. I just see it, but it's like, it's not always something that I would want to watch.
I browse the top 10. It's one of the maybe like the third place I go to.
I don't really frequent the top 10. I usually go on there already looking for something.
Okay.
I don't go on there because if I have like some free time or something like that, I'm not trying to find something to watch on Netflix necessarily. I usually go on there with a goal.
Yeah. And Spaz says that that Money Heist was one of my favorite shows. Squid Games was okay. So they're definitely going to put their highest profit items in front of your face first. That is not what I'm arguing. What I'm arguing is that I truly believe that the shows that they say are trending, based on views, are truly trending. Of course, like when you go on the show that they promote, like those like 4 shows you could go across that they promoting, that's a promotion, 100%. I'm simply saying that when they say it's trending, just like YouTube, right? YouTube and Twitter, are those not real? Are those things not really trending? Because you could see the views on YouTube. You can see what's trending and what's not trending on YouTube, and you can see the views and how long it's been up. Same thing with Twitter. Things trend on Twitter too. Are those things not real?
Well, I mean, the trending is really just, to me, more than likely, it's just a false idea that something's trending because of the way that they're arriving at those numbers. Like, you know how YouTube does? It suggests those high subscriber videos to like kids all the time. So that's what they do, is because everything that's trending on YouTube is always a kid thing. It's always something for kids.
There is a lot of kid shit.
It's a lot of kid shit. A lot of bubbly fucking When you go onto your Netflix, everybody's just up in the fucking air and shit like this. Like, oh my god! YouTube, and it's a bunch of colors and shit, and it's like, how'd I get this Corvette? Like all that kind of stupid shit. So I think that that's just continuously put in front of people as suggested content. So therefore, it translates to a trending concept. The same way that Coca-Cola is trending in life because they're fucking everywhere and they show it to you all the time. It's not like everybody, if you were to go and ask somebody, like, what's your favorite soda? They'd be like, oh my God, I love Coca-Cola. It's like, yeah, you love Coca-Cola for multiple reasons because it's the most readily available. It's also shown to you the most. It was probably, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if these things are necessarily true trending.
What was your favorite soda growing up?
Damn, at what age? I went through like phases. I used to love Mountain Dew when I was a kid, but then it started like upset my stomach and shit like that. Like
when you loved Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Did you love it just because that shit tasted good, or was that shit just everywhere? So you felt like...
I was in love. I used to watch nothing but the fucking X Games and shit like that.
Okay.
So everywhere was always fucking doing Mountain Dew. Dudes like doing like a handstand on a half pipe drinking Mountain Dew.
Even if it wasn't good, you were going to drink it based on the...
Yeah, just because it was...
That was a poor example then on my part. I was going to say, listen, people that say they like Coca-Cola, I feel they really just like Coca-Cola. Yeah, it is everywhere. Yeah, it is easy to get, but I think the people that don't like it don't drink that shit. They drink.
It's marketing.
We have a wider selection, right? It's not like when you go to a machine, they're only going to have Coca-Cola. Yeah, they might only have Coca-Cola products, but they're going to have Coca-Cola, they're going to have Fanta, they're going to have... So if you ask somebody what their favorite soda is, if they say Coca-Cola, I believe that's because it's genuinely their favorite soda.
I believe it is too, but I don't believe that was 100% their choice to arrive there. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of... That's the effectiveness of marketing. This is why you can have an incredible product and it bombs because you just didn't market it well. And at the same time, you can have a dog shit product that's hugely successful because of the marketing behind it.
Yeah, I wonder where ShamWow falls in there.
ShamWow was awesome. I have one. Don't you dare talk about ShamWow. I'll show you right now what the ShamWow was capable of.
So ShamWow is both effective marketing and a great product?
It's an incredible product. Are you kidding me? Not only an incredible product, not only extremely useful, but god damn it, what a spokesperson.
Oh, yeah.
You kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
Come on,
Only thing better than that is Flex Seal.
Yeah, Flex Seal. Possibly Quick Chop. You're going to love my nuts. You're going to love my nuts.
I love when they do the voiceovers of that shit. When they do the voiceovers of the ShamWow and they got the dude drying his dog off and he's like, jerk off your dog.
Yeah, that shit is fair. He's like, watch me wipe up this semen.
Yeah.
And he's like, pretty hard to get off when the guy was big or something like that. It's like, it's such hilarious.
He said, we're going to go from semen straight to blood.
Yeah. He's like, watch that. I just killed my mother.
Yeah.
Or something. I loved it, bro.
Dude, those voiceover shits are so fucking funny.
They're hilarious.
The voiceovers are funny, and then the ones they do for like the NFL, like the mic'd up ones, those shits are hilarious.
Oh, like the bad lip reading?
Yes.
Yeah, bad lip reading is great. That's classic. It's always classic, no matter what, because it's always so on point.
Dude, it always looks like they're really fucking saying that.
They have like bad lip reading, like Law and Order SVU and shit like that. Shit is mad funny, bro.
Is that I first seen it on Instagram? Was that the account for the people who are listening, so they could go like look it up?
Oh, that's a YouTube channel.
Oh, Bad Lip is a YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, it was a YouTube channel for years.
Oh, okay. I first saw it on Instagram.
Nah, I'm sure they've expanded to Instagram, but Yeah, it's a YouTube channel.
Dude, that shit's hysterical.
Yeah, they do great. They do great stuff. Even when they just do noises and shit.
They definitely
Like, it's always, yo, there's another one that I watch. I forget what it's called, man, but they take the music out. They like take out the music and like the voice, and then it's just like a Foley actor. Like, you know what a Foley actor is? Like the people that do sound, like for like movies.
Yeah, like the guy that goes shh, he's rubbing the two things
Yeah,
together.
the guy with like the coconuts doing the horse stuff, because a lot of that audio you hear in like movies and television wasn't recorded there. A lot of the audio you hear is exaggerated. Those aren't the real sounds. Like when somebody pulls a sword out of a leather sheath, it doesn't go shing. There's no metal on metal there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like,
it's crazy when you see what they use to make some of those sounds.
yeah. So there's a video. It's so funny. I forget the channel. I got to bring it to everybody next week. Remind me. It's a guy that like takes out all of the sound, like all audio. Like he takes out the voice, he takes out the music, and then he just does like Foley acting. It's hilarious. Like there's one where I think there was like a dancer, and he like took all the sound out, and then it was just all Foley acting. Like all you heard was her going, like that's what he was doing. It was like squeaking, like squeaking and like foot shuffling. It's like,
I watched a whole video when they
Oh,
I watched a whole video and they explain how they do that, like getting that sound and stuff like that. And they show like, look, somebody getting murdered, and they have like a grapefruit, and they're just like shoving something through it.
Yeah,
and it sounds like
bro, I've done that shit for videos before. I've done Foley stuff for like the basics projects and shit like that. I did that. I had a bike. I spun the bike with the crank and the wheel in my crib and recorded it on a mic and shit.
And then just used it?
And then dubbed it in the video. Like I recorded live traffic sounds, and then imported that. Like that shit is really, it's a whole industry. Like people really do that. And when they're good at it, it makes a big difference in the film. Like it'll change the entire experience of watching a movie,
like a good Phil Collins song.
Yeah, so Spaz is asking about the grapefruit. Yeah, the grapefruit is like for the stabbing. Like I know a lot of times they use like cantaloupe or honeydew melon.
Yeah.
Like they'll use that to like stab it. So it sounds like they did that in Psycho, the movie. The Alfred Hitchcock classic movie,
Yeah.
like the lady in the shower. That's exactly what they did. And it was one of the first films that used really, better quality Foley sounds. Like that's why you don't see the murder, but it's grotesque, like to a lot of people, because you hear the knife stabbing, like and it sounds like it was like it was very different for the time, and that it just makes that big a difference.
Yeah,
that shit is cool.
Because it like you associate those sounds in your head with like the squeezing of like of the grapefruit. You kind of associate that sound with like guts being spewed out of something.
Yeah, it's like you start to fill in those blanks. Like your body really, your brain will fill in those spaces. With those sounds. It's crazy, man. That's why like you think they'll ever get to a point in movie in like film where like 4D is like a thing involving like smell and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like that, like I think that shit would, but I mean, how would you ever recreate that?
Well, things will come out, right? Things will come out, but it doesn't mean they'll come out for like the masses. Like there's a color changing car, but not everybody has one, So I wonder if that maybe that might be a thing that'll come out and it's just be like.
Imagine that, like you're watching like some kind of crime documentary and they walk in on a murder scene and you like smell the body. Or something like that, or you like smell the room, or like or somebody like gets like a dog is like shaking out, and you smell like wet dog.
I wonder.
Yeah,
I mean, it's funny that that's where your mind goes directly, because I'm thinking like you walk into like a bed of roses or something like that, like walk into a forest.
I was just thinking of really powerful smells like that, and I'm looking at your dog over there at the same time, so I'm like that. I wonder like. It's or like that, exactly like a garden or something like that. You're watching like The Secret Garden, and they walk in.
You think my dog stinks?
No, I said your dog doesn't. Oh, because your dog doesn't even have the fur I'm referring to. Like I was picturing like a golden retriever coming in from the rain. Like,
no, trust me, he comes in from the rain, you'll smell him.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, the only thing my dog would be the same way. If I had a yard, she'd just be. Who knows?
They come out, dude. You don't know what the fuck they do when they're outside. Like it's not like having a cat.
Yeah,
cats are crazy.
Yeah,
you let your cat out. We were talking about this last weekend. You let a cat out, and your cat will just be out committing crimes, murders. He'll be killing birds,
just pillaging the whole neighborhood.
Yeah, and it just comes back to your crib like everything's good. Meow, meow.
You reminded me. Remember that's crazy. I had another Akita story.
We were talking this weekend about Akita. Like we all have like stories about people who owned Akitas. I guess Akitas are just dangerous dogs. I had a friend who owned 2 Akitas, and then his mom got married to a dude who owned 2 Akitas, and then they all ended up killing each other. Well, one of them ended up killing. 2 of them ended up killing one of them, and then the other one remaining from the other crew ended up killing the other 2 dogs. And not only that, but I didn't tell you that dog. One of the Akitas also bit my friend on the neck.
Yo, they're crazy dogs on the neck.
Yeah, he had to get stitches and everything.
Bro, I'm telling you, like this all stemmed because you have a dogo, which a lot of people mistake for a very large pit bull, which it is not. I have a large breed pit bull, and not even nearly as big as Berto's dogo, but it stemmed from us talking about like people being scared of them, kind of, when really they should be scared of the goddamn Akitas.
Yeah, dude, a lot of those dogs, Akitas, Labs. Some of those dogs, they're popular. A lot of people have them. Them motherfuckers will bite you.
Not like Akitas, though.
Yeah, Akitas are crazy.
I sent you that video of this dude. He had like his friend's Akita. He's like holding it. He turns his back and the thing like bites him on the back and shit. And his friend has to like pull him off. I'm like, what? And then my girl tells me a story. I already had a story about an Akita that I told you about. That lady that my dad knew. I'm not even going to get into that story, but that shit was gruesome. Her friend was watching the dog. The dog ended up like attacking the lady. It was a mess. And then same thing with my girl was telling me a story at breakfast. She was it at breakfast? When did I tell you about it?
Sunday.
So yeah, so it was at breakfast before we went to the Knick game. She was telling me about it. I completely forgot about this story. She was telling me about her dog when she was a little girl, got attacked by 3 Akitas. They came in the yard and they ripped her dog apart. She's like, my dog had to get literally put back together by the vet. Like there was pieces of her hanging off everywhere. Oh. And I was like, what the hell is wrong with these dogs? Like, and it's an American Akita. I didn't even know that that's an American breed dog.
I didn't know that. You know what it is people be wanting these dogs that like do cool shit, but like they're not doing cool shit with them. And I'm that's kind of like me too, right? Because I bought a fucking hunting dog, and I don't hunt with my dog. But it's different when you buy, and these guys are buying dogs that belong in like the tundra and shit, and that need to be working consistently, and that like they're not designed to be like family dogs. Yeah. They're designed to like work and like pull a fucking sled or do whatever kind of work they need to do. And
I don't even know what an Akita was originally bred for.
That shit don't look like a motherfucking house dog.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. The American Akita is a big and muscular dog breed known for its intelligence, loyalty, and nobility. Says who? They were originally trained as royal guard and hunting dogs in their home country of Japan. The breed was introduced in America during the 1950s after World War II.
An Akita killed my ex-girl. Sorry to hear that.
That sounds like trolling.
I don't know. I don't want to assume. I don't want to assume, but no, it's not just them. We were talking about Tibetan Mastiffs.
Who said that? That's Coast. That's silence.
We were talking about.
Is that real, bro? I'm sorry if I'm laughing.
We were talking about Tibetan Mastiffs because Logan Paul or Jake, one of the Paul brothers, bought one, and the dog was just like unruly. He ended up keeping it. He had to leave it with like the trainers. They ended up taking it in. Like that's another dog that like. If you shouldn't own a Tibetan Mastiff if you don't live or have a need for that shit. It's not like a pet that you just bring into your house and hang out with your kids.
No, unless you have a palace that needs guarding.
Yeah.
What do you have that for? It's some idiots that go and buy a crocodile and then you wonder why the neighbor's like, I don't know, guy been walking around one arm. Yeah, because he thought it was a good idea to have an exotic pet.
Dude, exotic pets, those Tibetan Mastiffs and shit, they might as well be exotic pets. But exotic pets are a crazy one. People that own like venomous snakes,
yeah,
that's just the weirdest shit to me because as a guy who used to own snakes,
yeah,
they don't really have like personalities, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like a dog where you could be like, oh, I want this dog, he's so cute, When you get a snake, it's like really like just an animal you get to look at.
Yeah.
Like certain snakes, yeah, you get a ball python, you get like, you get like a red-tailed boa, you could bring it out for the Puerto Rican Day Parade or whatever. But your snake is never, ever happy to see you. Like, you don't ever walk in the house and the snake is like, oh, my snake. Even a fish will like kind of be happy to see you sometimes. And they're not the smartest fucking thing in the animal kingdom. Snakes are just killing machines.
Yeah, they're cold, dead souls.
Yeah.
Yeah, they literally play the devil in every movie.
Dude.
Every movie, they're just a tempting serpent, like
Yeah,
devil
so the fact
creature.
that people get like hot snakes or venomous snakes and they keep them as like pets, it's like mind-boggling to me. I'm like, why do you have that?
Well, people do that. I mean, you know that that's a stupid exotic pet collectors are who introduced like reticulated pythons and shit like that to the
Yeah, that's why
Everglades
they're
in
fucking
Florida.
up the Everglades, yeah.
Yeah, they got released in Florida by these people. Like they're like, oh, my snake got too big. Let me just let it loose.
Listen, for people who don't know, those are the biggest snakes in the world. There's nothing bigger than a retic.
Yeah, it's not going to stop growing.
They're bigger than anacondas.
Yeah, it's
They're
crazy.
enormous, and they thrive in that environment.
Yeah, and they literally introduced them to that area.
I'm lying. I think the Burmese is the biggest one. Their retics are really big. I think.
Yeah.
I think right up there with Burmese is like. I think right up there with retics is Burmese.
Well, Burmese are down there too.
And they're down there too.
Yeah.
So they're killing people's dogs.
Yeah.
And they'll kill a big dog too. They're not gonna kill. They'll kill like a fucking golden retriever.
Oh yeah, and they'll swallow that shit whole, and you won't even know. It'll just drag that shit into the woods.
25, 30 feet long, bro. These snakes are enormous.
Yeah, it's people's silly ass idea with the fact that there's just no understanding. I mean, this ain't the Jungle Book. You know what I mean? Like, you guys need to wake up. Even in the Jungle Book, that snake was scary.
Dude, they buy these shits and then they start getting big and then they're just like, oh, they can't afford to feed it anymore. It's not cheap. I used to have to feed my snake rats, and they, it's not cheap. I'm not gonna imagine to feed it rabbits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or feeding it bigger and bigger things. Like, it can't be cheap. Some people probably just run out of either a place for it to put it, or like money to feed it, or like they just don't want it anymore.
Or the novelty wears off.
So the novelty wears off, and they just let it loose. Yeah. And guess what? Those things could survive, and they do. Fucking yapping up, eating iguanas and shit.
Yeah, they were like, "Damn, yo, I'm calling Tio Pito. He needs to come up here and check these Everglades out, yo."
Yeah.
We down there, they got Big Macs they be throwing out over here and shit.
Only thing fucking with them is the crocodiles and shit down there.
Right, yo, you're gonna start to see snakes starting to develop like cholesterol problems and shit. They're gonna start studying. They're gonna be like, we've never had Burmese pythons that are morbidly obese. I was like, yeah, because they never were in America.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? The fact that there's Burmese pythons in like loose in Florida, but there's also like definitely monitor lizards and shit like that people lose.
What's that?
There's definitely like monitor lizards that people lose, like fucking straight up dinosaurs walking around that people like, they escape or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure there's some idiot with a Komodo dragon down there. I know that for a fact. There's a Komodo dragon down there dragging his big ass tail like.
Yeah, and some dickhead fucking let it out by mistake.
Yeah, and he's
somebody's
over there,
gardener came in and let the fucking Komodo dragon out by mistake.
Right, and his buddies are in the back throwing beer cans at it. Like,
now this thing's been following your fucking dog for 3 days, waiting for it to die.
Right? They push that boy in there like, yo, watch him whip Ted. They just push him in there and he just whips his tail like squack.
Yeah,
that shit'll break your leg. Sleep.
I don't know. It's people love owning fucking tigers and shit too.
Yeah, man.
Guess you can't tell them they can't, right? It's America.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. That's
where do
the
we
thing.
draw the line? You can have a giraffe.
I mean, we can't. We don't have the climate for these animals,
dude. There's more tigers captive in Texas than there is in the fucking wild.
Yeah, I know, man.
Isn't that insane?
It's absolutely crazy. Bro.
We own more tigers in cages than
live in the world,
than exist in like their natural habitats.
Yep, that's America. That's humans. That's what humans do. We just capture animals and just keep them as pets.
And we get the fancy ones too. We got the yellow ones. We got the white ones. We got the beige ones.
Yeah, watch this. I'm gonna try to see if I'll make one of them liger things.
Yeah, and then that's another thing. And then we'll make them fuck each other.
Yeah, sick humans, right? My God, it's sick.
Let's see if we can make this thing bigger. As if the fucking thing ain't big enough, right?
Yeah. That's it. We're going to make it bigger, and we're just going to make it strong, and we're going to see if we can make it smarter. Why don't we go get a dolphin involved in this? Somebody go get a porpoise. We're definitely going to make some shit over here.
That is crazy. You ever seen a liger? Like, you ever seen the video?
Yeah, it's a real thing, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they're allowed to make them anymore, though.
Nah, I think there's still people.
There's somebody in Bangladesh right now fucking popping them things out for $1,000 a piece.
Just to make a jacket. Yeah. He's like, yo, watch, man, I had this two-tone joint by the end of the summer. Shit's gonna be fire.
They're making them grow fast like chickens.
Yeah, exactly. They're just pumping them full of hormones
Can
and
you
shit.
imagine a liger in a cage? They're just pumping that thing with fucking steroids and shit, trying to get them big just to fucking skin them.
They're like, if we make them fatter, we can make 2 jackets. You know, nah, man. There's all kinds of crazy shit like that going on. Crazy shit. Spaz said that Snake averages more yards than Ezekiel Elliott. Facts,
that's a
bro.
Cowboys player.
Yeah, I know. Which is hilarious because I'm like, yeah, it's like the only guy that's actually saying something. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, it is funny. And it is crazy how people, dude, you know about all the motherfucking the Quaker parents that are like loose in Queens, right?
Yeah, man.
They're
They
like
start
taking over the fucking like the electrical lines because they
Get
just
outta
keep
here.
building. Yeah, they just keep building nests on all the electrical lines.
That's like, yo, because people don't understand this. You know that there's now coyotes in every state in America.
How'd those get here?
Bro, they're just everywhere.
At least those are like natural, right? Nobody brought a coyote.
No, there's certain areas where they were like reintroduced over there because the population was low, just like they did with wolves and shit like that. Same kind of deal.
Coyotes are crazy. You ever seen that picture of the dude? I seen it on Reddit, and it was somebody with a coyote in their car. It's like somebody like lost their dog. Like, just found your dog. Like, let me know. I got him. He's safe. He's in my car. He's a little skittish.
That shit ain't real.
It was a fucking coyote in a car, like laying down.
That shit ain't real.
It probably wasn't real, but man,
I mean,
funny.
it was really in the car, but
Yeah.
that was like a different time with like a voiceover from some other shit.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was like text underneath it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That's where like my titi gets her news.
Dude, people are dumb.
Yeah,
I wouldn't doubt if somebody seen a wounded coyote, they wouldn't confuse it for a dog.
yeah.
Trying
That
to
thing
pick
has
that
rabies.
fucking thing up.
Yeah, the coyotes are so goddamn smart. Coyotes like, yeah, I'm just waiting for him to take me to the crib. I know they got a Yorkie back there.
You just eat that shit.
Yeah.
I wonder how far off coyotes are from like dogs. Like, what are the things that differentiate a coyote and a dog? And then coyotes,
Like
and
a domestic
dingoes.
dog?
Yeah,
Oh, that's like thousands of generations of breeding.
I just wonder, like, what, like, from like a scientific, like, what is going on in that coyote that's different than a dog, and then what's the difference between dingoes and coyotes? Because dingoes are like dogs, right?
None of those are dogs. No, they're not domestic house dogs.
Yeah. I know that
No,
they're not the
they're
same.
very different.
Yeah.
Like they come from that kind of thing, but they're not even close in terms of behavior, strength, like that. Those coyotes, a couple coyotes, like Rico would do okay with a couple coyotes, but if they were like probably like, nah, he'd do okay. He'd probably do all right. My dog probably wouldn't be able
Team
to.
of coyotes though is like, they it's not their first time hunting.
No, definitely not. But I mean, I think that they would smarten up once he got a hold of like 3 of them.
But that shit, that's a problem in California, right? That they're just going to people's yards, killing their chickens and dogs and stuff.
Oh yeah, they kill their dogs and stuff. There's like, I'm pretty sure there's a video of one of them, like surveillance footage in the back of like a coyote befriending and like a house dog, like in the yard. He's like playing with it, and the dog's like playing with it. He lures it away. It's playing with it, and then like 4 of them come out and drag it into the woods.
What?
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're clever. Like that?
Oh, bro, are you crazy? There's been times where they play like dead. And then like something comes over like to like check on it, like a dog or something like that will come over, and like 5 of them will come out and just grab that shit and like take it into the
What
woods.
the fuck?
Bro, they set up bait, they set up behavior traps, like they're hurt. They're mad smart.
They're
yo.
like the fucking penguins from Madagascar.
Oh yeah, bro, except they don't have the cockeye one. Yeah, bro. Yeah, man.
Damn.
Yeah, bro.
Them motherfuckers, they look funny too. They're closer to a hyena than they are to a dog.
Coyotes?
Yeah, you ever seen them look like skinny and shit?
Hyenas are enormous.
I was just referencing how ugly they are. It was a joke.
Oh, okay, yeah, they're
It's a
ugly.
joke.
They're ugly. I'm sorry if I was like they're kind
It
of
was
like
a joke.
I was
just
like
about
that
to
thing's
play-
closer to a squirrel than a hyena.
I was about to give you another lineup with wolves, because wolves are they're like the polar opposite. Like, they're very big.
Yeah, they're
They're fuller.
enormous fucking wolves, bro.
Yeah.
You think you seen a wolf? Like you think you seen a dog that looks like a wolf till you see a wolf.
Yeah, and then you're like, well, there's no mistaking that fucking
You're like,
thing.
that was a husky.
That's another fucking animal that motherfuckers just be having in their crib and shit.
Wolves?
Yeah.
Pretty rare that it's a full wolf. I knew a girl that had wolves growing up.
Yeah?
Yeah. She knew it. She had like 4 of them, 4 or 5, and they were enormous, and they ate raw meat and everything. They would just throw slabs of meat in the back, and they were super nice to her, but they were huge. They would howl at night.
Damn.
Yeah, all that shit. Arr, all that shit.
What are you doing with 4 wolves?
But I think they were some kind of like, I think they,
They're like rescue wolves?
nah, typically when somebody has one of those, given I've only known one person that has these, but I've looked online and shit like that, because I was like, where do you get these? a lot of them are like 3/4 wolf or something like that, or like 50-50, like dog and wolf, and just the wolf genetics are so strong that they get the size, but like they have a little less aggression, you know, but still, them things will still rag you though.
Yeah.
You know,
Even dogs, even a dog that isn't trained properly, or a dog with like, you know, just problems, emotional problems or whatever.
Yeah.
Dog, you gotta be careful with dogs too.
Yeah, you do got to be careful with dogs. People blindly trust certain animals, and it's
Isn't that crazy how people just walk up to people's dogs and just fucking pet them?
Yeah, it's like, nah, that's not how that works. Like, don't do that. Like my dog, you know, sometimes I think about it, I'm like, man, my dog, I wish my dog was more of like a golden retriever kind of dog where it just, but then I'm like, no, I don't want my dog letting anybody in my house. You ever go to somebody's house that has like one of those family dogs?
Dude, those golden retrievers just welcome you in.
You could just walk up and they'll open the door for you.
Yeah.
You could just walk in the house. They'll get you something to drink and shit. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, this golden retriever, like, you don't know me.
Yeah, you get you a fucking Shih Tzu or something like that, and watch how crazy that shit gets when somebody walks in the house.
Exactly. That's more effective of a watchdog than one of these kind of dummy family dogs that just let anybody in.
I'm pretty sure that's what the Shih Tzu was. It was like an Asian, like fucking something,
like watchdog or something like that, for like
royalty.
royalty.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It was like something to do with Asian, like royalty and watching shit. Maybe,
Yeah.
or maybe it just looked cool. That's why
Like,
I kept it.
Being like in terms of watchdog effectiveness, small dogs are pretty goddamn effective. If
Hell
it comes
yeah.
to like just alerting you to somebody being there, they're pretty goddamn good. Now, given they ain't gonna be able to do shit when somebody comes in.
Dude, a lot of times them losing their
They'll
fucking
try.
mind is enough of a deterrent.
Yeah, it's just so distracting. It's like, dude, I'm trying to crack this safe right now.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
And if you got one small dog and then a gang of big dogs,
yeah,
that one dog, I'm telling you right now, my small dog wakes my big dog up every day.
yeah,
Every day. It's like
Yeah.
my big dog will just sleep until the other one wakes him up.
yeah.
And then the other dog starts losing his mind. He's like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, see, that's it. That's the shit right there. It's like all you need is one of those. They're like, oh, we got a fucking Maltese, and then he starts yapping, and then all of a sudden, like 3 dragons come out of the back. Like, yeah.
They do that with hunting dogs. They don't just carry the ones that are gonna fucking that are gonna actually do the biting. They have like some other dogs with them too.
Yeah, they're like, what do they call them? They call them like, I forget, bay dogs, like some shit like that. Like they're there to just kind of corral the animal and bark, and then the hunters come.
So let's throw some chameleons in the mix. You want to see those things change colors? When you talked about bringing in the porpoise.
Yeah, exactly. Throw a chameleon in that thing. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we'll just do anything, bro. But we're over the hour.
Oh, we are over the hour.
Yeah,
man.
is there anything else you wanted to talk about today, man?
No, man. I
Fights
think
this weekend. You want to give me your fucking prediction? Jorge Masvidal versus Colby Covington.
I think Colby Covington is going to wrestle the shit out of him for 5 rounds.
Okay.
It's going to a decision, Colby Covington.
I think Colby Covington's going to win too, and I think it's going to be a TKO.
What round?
3rd.
Interesting. Really? You think he TKOs Masvidal?
I think he stops someone like punches or something like that.
He would have to KO him. I don't see Masvidal staying still long enough getting hit to... I don't see that happening.
I think
But
he's
we'll
going to
see.
put a pace on him.
Yeah, he'll put a pace on him, but Jorge ain't going to stop.
We'll see.
You know,
Either way, I got Colby Covington winning. If Jorge Masvidal wins, great. Street Jesus rises again. I like him. I like his story. I like the fucking whole thing behind him. But I said it a while ago, and I got hate, but there's some hype behind that dude, and I think we're going to see it fucking Saturday night. And I'm not even like a huge Colby fan either. I just think he's fucking good. The dude's undeniable. You
He
look at
is.
his resume.
He is good.
He is fucking good. He could be whatever people say he is. He is fucking good.
yeah, I think it's rare he's in a room where he's not the hardest one working.
Yeah, dude.
Very rare.
When they, like everybody says, when they close the octagon, like, that's when we'll see who's who. You close the fucking octagon on that dude, and like he performs every single fucking time.
Every time. And there ain't no quitting that kid either.
Nope.
There ain't no quitting that kid. They have to stop fights. They
Yeah.
ain't quitting.
So that's my prediction. I don't want to go into the rest of the card.
Yeah,
that's
man,
it.
I'm good. And that's episode 78, man, wrapped up.
Episode 78 wrapped up. Thank you guys for everybody who's here, everybody who stopped by today. Don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe, and all that good stuff. If you guys ever are late to an episode and you want to re-listen to it and you don't want to listen to it on YouTube, you can find us on all of your all your podcast platforms, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, so on and so forth, Stitcher, XYZ. That's it.
That's it. We out.
Masters None, episode 78.
hablo desde la prisión. Wilson Manyoma. Borbona.